first, this looks like a simple birdhouse card, but hidden inside these die cuts are 2 interactive doors with surprise messages inside. Today, I'll show you how easy it is to turn almost any die cut into a fun interactive element. To create today's card, I'm using the Tweeties stamps and coordinating dies from Honeybee Stamps. These are really cute and fun for coloring. I'm going to start by stamping out the birdhouse here on some alcohol marker friendly cardstock. I want my stamp to be about 1/2 inch away from the left-hand edge of my cardstock. I'll then pick up my stamp and stamp it out in some intense black ink. And the secret to this card is in creating 2 tiny hinged doors. I want to use 2 birdhouses to accomplish that. So I'm wiping off my stamp, and for the second stamping, I'm going to ensure that I leave 1/2 inch on the right-hand side of the birdhouse. I'll stamp this out again with that same alcohol marker friendly ink. Now I'm going to cut my piece here in half so I have 2 separate pieces. I'm also going to hit this with my heat tool just to make sure everything's nice and dry. I'm going to grab the birdhouse coordinating die as well as the die that cuts out the little center portion of the birdhouse. To create the hinges for our doors, we're going to do partial die cutting. So we don't want this part here on the right-hand side of the die to cut. We'll take our top plate and put it just underneath the edge of that die. I'll run this through my die cutting machine. Then when I take my die off, you can see the right-hand side is still connected to the rest of the paper. I want to repeat that for our second birdhouse, only this time I want the tab where we'll have our hinge to be on the left-hand side. So we'll run our plate just below the edge of the die on that left-hand side of the birdhouse. I'll run this through my die cutting machine, and then when we remove the die, you can see the right-hand side is cut out, but the left-hand side is still connected to that paper. Next, we're going to want to trim off the excess. So I'm going to make sure my cut lines up with where the die has cut the paper. So on that top there, you can see I took that natural angle along the house, and then on the bottom portion here, I'm cutting directly over to where the cut was created by the die. That leaves us a tab on the right-hand side. I'm going to do the exact same thing here on the left-hand side, first cutting off the excess to make this easier on myself. Once I've cut off the excess paper, I can again cut from the left-hand side over to the area where the die finished cutting. And I'll repeat that on the bottom and along the top. Next, I'll place my 2 die cuts on top of my scoring board. And I'm going to score both of these at 3/8 inch where that tab is. So I've done the top one, and now I'll come along and score again on the bottom and fold those tabs over. So we've now created the hinge for our 2 interactive doors that we're going to put on the front of our card. For an extra fun element on this card, because there is a center opening on these die cuts, I'm going to take some of my stamps here and stamp onto my main background panel so that you can see inside of the doors. Now I'm using my doors to help me place the stamps so that I can ensure when all is said and done that everything will line up correctly. So I placed 1 bird in the bottom right-hand door, and now I'm going to place a second bird in the top left-hand door. I'll ink these up with that same alcohol marker friendly ink and stamp them. Now I can put that hidden secret greeting that you'll only see when the doors are open, and I'm going to place those underneath our little birds. The hidden messages underneath the birds are what make the interaction on this card feel so rewarding. Next, I'll color my birdhouses. I have RV 0.4, 0.2, and 0.1, and I'm starting with the darkest color to color in every area that there would be shading. Then I'll switch to my medium color, which is the 0.2, and I'm going to use that to pull the dark out into the remaining areas. I am going to leave a gap in between the 2 areas that I can come in with my lightest color to finish blending out all of the color. All throughout this card, I'm going to color things a second time to help build up the color and make sure things blend well. I'm moving on to the florals here. I'm using O 2.4 and I'm flicking this out from the center of the petal, and then I'll also flick some out from the outer edge of the petal. I'm only using 2 colors here, so I also have O 2.2, and I'm going to pull that down from the dark area in towards the center of the petal from each side. I'll repeat that now with all of the petals. Then for the second flower, I'm going to use Y 2.3 and Y 1.1. For the last flower, I'm going to use some blues. I have B 2.4 and 2.2. To create some fun movement on our leaves, I'm using YG 1.6 and coming in from the top and the bottom of the leaf. Then I'll grab my YG 1.4, which is a little lighter, and pull that color out towards the center of the leaf. I am leaving a small space in the center, which I'll bring my lightest color, YG 1.2, and that will help to create the illusion of a fold on our leaf. For the smaller leaves here, I'm using G 5.3 and G 5.1, and then the 2 remaining leaves here, I'll use YG 1.4 and 1.2. The centers of the flowers I'm coloring with OR 3.4. And then I'm going to use O 4.6 and O 4.3 to color the roof line. Since the card design is fairly clean, I'm using bright colors and strong contrast to make the birdhouses the focal point. For the second house, I'm swapping the color palette to create variety while still keeping everything cohesive. Now I'll come in and color the birds that are going to be on our background panel. I'm using Y 2.3 and 1.1 on the main portion of their bodies, and for the bellies, I'm using YO 2.3 and 2.2. I'll use that same 2.3 on their wings, and for the tail, I'll use 2.5. You want to have some variation around on the bird to make it look more dynamic. For the beak, I'm using a small dab of O 2.4, which is nice and bright. All the birds are colored and you can see they'll look so cute, so I'll set this aside and stamp out my sentiment. I'm using the same stamp set and starting with some anti-static powder on black cardstock. I'll ink up my stamp with clear embossing ink and press this down. I like to stamp 2 times to ensure that I get a good amount of that embossing ink onto the cardstock. Then I'll bring in some opaque bright white embossing powder and cover the entire piece, tap it off, and once my heat tool is nice and hot, I'll come in and melt all that beautiful embossing powder and cut the sentiment out with a coordinating die. Because the interactive element is already doing a lot of the work on this card, I'm keeping the rest of the design intentionally simple. We're going to have a white on white border, which adds detail without competing with the focal images. Now we can put together the interactive element of our card. So I'll add glue here to the tab of the door. You also could use double-sided tape, whichever you prefer. When you place this down, you want to make sure that whatever your stamped element underneath your door is showing through if you have any inset die cut like this birdhouse does. To back our pieces so that we don't see any of the alcohol marker coloring through them, I've die cut 2 more of the birdhouses, and I'm using a pencil to trace the inset of the birdhouse so that I can easily line up the die that's going to cut out the center portion. Adding a clean backing helps to keep the focus on the design and will ensure that people are not distracted by any of your coloring. To back the doors, you simply add glue to the die cut that you've created and glue it back behind your door, and you use your fingers along the edge to ensure that everything lines up cleanly. So now when you open up the birdhouses, you don't see any of that coloring. I did die cut out a second sentiment die, so that I can make my sentiment a little thicker so it has more stability on the front of the card. I'm simply layering our embossed sentiment over the top of the extra die cut. Then I'll add some glue here to the center of the sentiment and glue it on the top of the bottom right hand birdhouse. I'm keeping my embellishments minimal so that they don't distract from the opening doors. I have a few pieces of opal confetti, and lastly I'm adding a few accents with white gel pen. This is my favorite part. What looks like two simple birdhouses suddenly becomes an interactive card with hidden messages underneath. It's such a fun surprise, and it's created with nothing more than a simple die cutting modification. From a design perspective, we kept everything clean and simple using minimal embellishments and doing that white on white border. I hope that you all picked up some tips and tricks today. Please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell so that you'll know about future videos here on the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.